What popular saying is actually bullshit? Hard work never killed anyone. Coal miners would like to have a word. You'll get told it wasn't the work itself that killed them. Because people will split the tiniest hairs imaginable to justify work being as miserable as possible for some reason. It doesn't matter who started it. Apostrophe. Of course it ducking does. Even legally the concept of who did what first is recognized as vital. I've always hated that phrase in school. Semicolon. What the hell did they expect the second to do? Get hit by the bully? Fun story. In high school I was bullied daily. By the same girls. It went on for months. I did everything you're supposed to do. My principal's advice was to get an older student to walk around with me. They finally cornered me and beat me up. I was suspended because I was involved in a fight. They used the "doesn't matter who started it" line on me too. It was my fault because I just happened to get my ass kicked that day. Sleep like a baby. It implies that babies sleep really well. My second is 4 days old. I can confirm babies don't sleep well. I always come back at them with the fact that I would actually enjoy sleeping like a teenager instead. Those duckers will sleep 14 hours without waking once and pop out of bed like they don't hurt everywhere. That's what I want. Haha, that's a good point. I could easily sleep till 4 or 5 PM every day if I wanted to as a teen. Definitely can't do that anymore. If you tell me the truth you won't get into trouble. One of bosses said this to me when I was hired. Don't ever lie to me. Tell me the truth and I'll cover it up. Apostrophe. Tell me the truth so I know how to lie for you. Best boss I've ever had. It'd still get in trouble, but it would be minor compared to what the higher ups would have done. Looks don't matter. Apostrophe. They do. Not always. Not completely. But they very much do matter. Humans are kind of superficial in that regard. What goes around comes around. Apostrophe. I've seen so many good, honest people get screwed over by toxic, immoral people who never get their comeuppance. The concept of karma is bullshit. Edit. Maybe karma was a bad word to use, as it has many definitions. The version I use here is the one commonly used within the secular communities of the Western world, i.e., within one lifetime. Rich people get away with horrible shit. Some corrupt politicians retire and never get caught. Murderers have lived normal, sometimes fruitful lives until they died without ever facing prosecution. I've seen some of the best people get screwed over and screwed up by the shit thrown at them. No, the world is not some magical place where the scale balances itself out. Violence is never the answer. Apostrophe. It isn't usually the answer, but occasionally it really is. Violence may not be the answer, but it is almost always an answer. Apostrophe. You are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. Lies! Exclamation mark. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. Breaks own leg. Congratulations. You were right. How does it feel? Opposites attract. They don't. Birds of a feather flock together. On the other hand, is usually true for relationships. I came in to post this. The opposites attract sentiment only stands up on a superficial level. When you probe deeper you always discover there is a lot of commonality. My mum and dad look like chalk and cheese on the surface, but below all of that they are wired very similarly. I thought my wife and I to be pretty different people. We don't share a lot of common interests, but it's the subsurface stuff that just continually made me realize how alike we are. And then I got an outside perspective recently when a coworker said we talk the same. He insists one of us must have learned it from the other, but maybe it was just another commonality. Good things come to those who wait. Try waiting your whole life and see what comes to you. As an impatient person I've always taken this as put in the work and then don't duck it up rushing. I feel like I'll learn this lesson daily. I'm gonna save this comment. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It might keep the doctor away, but the psych ward never has enough apples to keep 5 begorglas and a nurse with a needle away. That's what happens when you go bananas. Practice makes perfect. Apostrophe. I had a teacher that used to point out that no, practice makes permanent. If you practice something in an incorrect way, you're going to perform incorrectly. My football coach used to say practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Apostrophe. My hockey coach used to say that. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Nah mate. It just gives you trauma. What doesn't kill you gives you trauma, which in turn severely impacts other parts of your health, personality, and general well-being in countless imperceptible ways that gradually changes you over time into a depressed, anxious, neurotic mess that requires regular therapy and medication, so you can fight tooth and nail every single day against executive dysfunction and your own mind as you find yourself frequently paralyzed with fear because you've lost so much, and any change to the status quo, awful as it may be, could risk losing what little you do have going for you, and that's something you just can't handle, because to lose any more would mean enduring even more pain, and that very well might ducking kill you. But that doesn't fit on a motivational poster. It's just how I am. Well, you're a ducking cunt. Change your behavior and act like a decent human. Edit. Ho. Thanks for the awards. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Came here to say this. Well, that's just how S/he is. Yeah. And that's the only metric I have to judge them by. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can. Just the owner is a stubborn old bag. I before E except after C. Except when your foreign neighbor Keith receives 8 counterfeit beige slaves from feisty caffeinated weightlifters. Weird. I hate when that happens. Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg are college dropouts. Dude, they went to Harvard, not community college. Exclamation mark. And Bill Gates dropped out because he was seeing enough success from what he was already doing. Harvard couldn't keep up with Gates, not the other way round. You can be whatever you want to be if you put your mind to it. I want to be an apple. Are you planning on being overpriced too? Don't worry about it. Coworkers say this when other coworkers start stonewalling you, death staring you, and becoming visibly uncomfortable in your presence. Sometimes a mouthwash will help, and chewing with mouth closed. Money can't buy happiness. Apostrophe. Poverty can't buy anything. I say money can't buy happiness, but I'm certainly a lot happier when I have money. Blood is thicker than water. Wanna know what else is thicker than water? Bullshit. Edit. I get the original saying, guys. The saying is not commonly used with that in mind, and that is what I'm referring to. But he's your father. Yeah. He's also a narcissist. Asshole. Cheated on my mother. Screwed me over financially. Doesn't even bother to call me, but sends me passive aggressive texts that say call you father. He misses you. Chose his second wife over me and my sister, and then when she left him popped back up in my life w/o even a hint of apology or reconcile. And is a serial monogamist who latches onto women to take care of him and fill some self-righteous purpose that he is a good family man when he has abandoned the first family he had. So, yeah, I'm gonna pass on having a relationship with him. Sounds like your relationship with him is thinner than paint thinner. Sleep is for the weak or ill sleep. When I die, well actually, not sleeping is making you weaker and decreasing your lifespan as you gloat about it right now. Sleep is essential, people. Edit. Wow. I went to sleep and this got crazy. Thank you kind strangers for the awards. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. D. It bothers me so much when I say I'm tired and someone else starts bragging about how they only got 2 hours of sleep, so they are clearly more tired than I am, because I got 6 hours. Shoot for the moon and you'll at least land among the stars. Tell that to failed actors/musicians. Shoot for the moon and you'll at least land among the stars. But that's only if your rocket doesn't incinerate you along the way. It's better to ask forgiveness than permission. Yeah, eventually people are just gonna stop forgiving you. I used to use this one when I lied to my parents about doing things I wasn't supposed to do, like going out and such. But yeah, it's stupid. It kinda makes you like the boy who cried wolf but different. A watched pot never boils. Apostrophe. It does. I've checked. I've been watching cyberpunk trailers for about 7 years now. I'm not sure it's gonna boil. So it's you. Stop watching. You are ruining it for everyone. What you don't know can't hurt you. While yes, it's technically true, it's also not a positive thing. Theoretically, if someone's partner was cheating on them, yes, they don't know. so they can't be hurt, but it's still a bad thing. I was thinking more of, I don't know, there is a train coming right behind me, and that is definitely gonna hurt. I was thinking that, if I don't know food is expired, that's not going to stop me from getting sick. Time heals all wounds. Malarkey. I dunno. I lost my leg, and after a decade it grew back. Right this way, the Pope would like a word. Everything happens for a reason. Like rape, murder, death of children, starvation, genocide, etc. Or my favorite, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. There's a Red Dwarf quote I like that's the perfect counter to this. I, for one, take great comfort in the impersonal hostility of the universe. I'd hate to think I deserved everything that happened to me. That's from Babylon 5. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. I've had my mind set on instant transmission for 20 years and I haven't teleported once. Plot twist, he has teleported twice _. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.